longish. We are currently at the 27 minute, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 28 minute mark. So there you go. Almost half an hour into this game, and not showing any signs of a particular player having an advantage over the other. Victory point situation is 293 for the Wehrmacht player, 383 for the American player. So American player in the lead there, not that much big of a lead, not something pressuring the Wehrmacht players that much, but you know, still a lead. You know, at least you won't die to victory points, so you can focus on other plans for the game. And now we have a major move by the American player towards the east position, towards the position of those two Stooks, the Nibelwerfer, or even the third Stook that's now out on the field, and the fourth in the west. So the Wehrmacht player has 4 but 3 Stooks. Now, call me an optimist, but I think those 4 Stooks can actually take on the AT guns head on if they attempted to move against them, all 4 at the same time. But never mind that, the Nibelwerfer fire alone is enough to decrew one of the AT guns in the west, actually in the east, I'm sorry, so I'm pretty sure now the Stooks feel a little bit safer trying to move in, although the remaining AT gun may actually be able to kill one of the Stooks. Well, let's see if that shot does it. Yes, it does. Veterancy level 1 for the AT gun. However, their days are numbered. The squad members of the AT gun meet their demise to the cannons of the Stooks, and one more AT gun for the American player, taking shots, one of the Stooks. Even some AP rounds there being popped, who knows. But the Stook is just gonna back off. And the remaining 2 are going to take care of the MG bunker. MG bunker that, you know, it's more of a nuisance than an actual deterrent for a player to move there. Since, you know, American MG bunkers are rather notorious for not really having that much of a hit point pool, so they just die rather quickly. You know, in contrast to the Wehrmacht bunkers, especially defensive ones that have a ton of hit points. In any case, airborne may actually pay off for themselves, since they may be able to kill that Stook. Let's see, they are suppressed by the MG42s of the Stooks. However, they fire up, they take out the Stook. They are now at veterans level 1, 3 members, very low health, and will most probably be eventually retreating or being reinforced there and just being a lure, a bait for the Stooks to move closer. AT gun once again taking shots on the Stooks, and now in these last moments of the game, action seems to have increased in frequency. We even had a skirmish in the west between riflemen, snipers and motorcycles. I'll be catching that in a picture-in-picture view, most probably for the video cast, since there was a lot of stuff going around to try to, you know, cover them both at the same time. Riflemen still hang out in the west portion of the map. However, MP44 equipped folks, I think they're gonna win. Call me a nub, but they're gonna win. Now the Stooks, the one with the most health, has made its way towards the American player's base, trying to kill off the American mortar. American mortar, we have not seen that much of an action by that unit, mostly staying in range of the American player's base, shelling the strategic sector to the south of it, and just the building to the southeast whenever the Wehrmacht player attempted to capture it. More of a defensive rather than an aggressive unit anyway, so I wasn't expecting that much more out of it. And now the Stook has a damaged engine. The airborne seem to be advancing towards the Stooks, but once again, Volksgrenadier are going to be making their way there, and let's see how that turns out. Actually, let's see if the Stook goes down while we see the King Tiger driving on the central, road of the map towards the north. And what will be the American player's response to the King Tiger? More AT guns, I guess, but he had so many AT guns either decrewed to the Nibelwerfer or destroyed by the Stugs. And he's not in a very good position AT force-wise, since he has no AT gun right now. He just has airborne. 2 squads of airborne, actually. One equipped with a recoilless rifleman. A recoilless rifleman is a new weapon. You just get a rifleman and you shoot him against the Wehrmacht tanks. And when he collides with the tanks and then explodes. That's amazing. MA trying to flank the Wehrmacht position from the southwest, actually managing to do so. Will be taking out the crew of the captured AT gun, the captured American AT gun that was in the hands of the Wehrmacht player. Although not sure exactly why you would focus on that AT gun and not the Nibelwerfer, since you don't have any tanks of your own. The American player, that is. In any case, 2 squads of armor equipped with recoilless rifle, making a move towards the east and find out the King Tiger there. I'll just start shooting at the King Tiger. However, they clamp up rather dangerously for them, and wow, yeah, that's painful. Those shots by the King Tiger have a rather big radius of splash damage, and if your infantry clumps up together, even if they're airborne and they have a ton of HP, they're still gonna die. Although, there's a stride center back in the American player's base, so eventually you will, get them back to full health, but still have to remember the manpower drain. And the supply yard shows a level 1 upgrade, just level 1, so maybe the American player is a bit starved for manpower at this moment. He still managed to recruit one of the AT guns though, and now we have 3 Stugs and a King Tiger moving against a single AT gun and a squad of airborne. It's not gonna be enough for the American player to hold that off. I think the AT gun, the tanks of the Wehrmacht player actually focus down the AT gun first, which is a safe thing to do. And if I were the Wehrmacht player, I would just destroy the gun. Why don't you destroy the guns? Just do it. Nobody's gonna blame you. I still feel kind of weird for the 2 snipers on the field by the American player. I don't know. Just a couple of folks being around on the field for most of this game. Not that much of an infantry threat. Why would you get 2 snipers? Anyway, Wehrmacht tanks getting repaired. I think there's a repair bunker on the field. Yes, it is. There is. So there's even a med bunker on the field. So we may see some grenadiers popping out anytime now. Currently at the 36 minute, 26, 27, 28, 29 second mark. And things do not look good for the American player. He may be ahead. No, he's not even ahead in victory points anymore. He's at 205 against 293. So that's even another thing that he has to worry about. Except, of course, for the 4. Actually make that 3. For the 3 Vet 3 Stugs and a King Tiger on the field for the Wehrmacht player. And how do you kill that? You need a lot of AT guns and those airmen to just march there and kill, the low health tanks if they can. But you need something else to bring them at low health, and you need AT guns, and there are no AT guns anywhere to be seen. We just have another squad of airborne coming from the sky there, landing in the west portion of the map, and that 3 squads of airborne will work against those tanks, provided that the Wehrmacht player goes for the kill. If he overextends, if he does not overextend and tries to defend his position in the east, that seems to be doing at the moment, utilizing that Nibelwerfer in the back and his Stugs and King Tiger to counter any aggressive moves by the American player towards the victory points, he would be fine. If he goes for the kill, though, you know, trying to march into the west or even towards the American player's base, oh well, 3 airborns are a force to be reckoned with, especially 80, an 80 force, an anti-tank force. The 2 snipers of the American player still around. Propaganda used just before to drive off a squad of airborne, and the snipers just retreat. Stug's not that quick with their turret turning and all that good stuff, so one of the snipers is actually going to go down to the motorcycle of the Wehrmacht player. The other one is going to be fine. And that is a move that I do not really like. Well, yeah, we have a bombing run coming down on the position of the Wehrmacht tanks. Fortunately for the Wehrmacht player, he had issued a move command rather early. The bombing run was at an angle that the Stugs could actually avoid easily, and it did not actually pay off. So, if that bombing run had hit better, I could see the American player coming back, but with this position on the field, with these units on the field, with that veterancy on the field, and the victory point situation, I don't see it. I just don't. In any case, once again, airborne firing on Stugs, but 3, however, more than enough to deal with that recoilless rifle damage, and even the suppression of the turret MG42 for the Stugs actually is more than enough to to take care of those airborne. The King Tiger, of course, still around. 1 squad of airborne goes down. That's a heavy investment. Not only manpower, but also munitions. So, and although you have those supply drops coming down on you, and gaining that munitions and fuel back is still something that you need to account for. But I'm pretty sure that now at the 40-minute, 22, 23, 24, 25 second mark, the American player has realized that he really does not have that much of a chance against the Wehrmacht force. This time, however, a much better bombing run on the Stugs, and the King Tiger actually destroys one of the Stugs. May actually result in the other one going down? No. No, it won't. So, Stug's still alive. Even a second Limmerwerfer out for the Wehrmacht player. Victory points going down rather fast for the American player. And what the Wehrmacht player has to do now is just go back, repair, and focus once again towards the victory points. And do you remember that I said that this game was most probably going to be going in favor of the Wehrmacht player unless he committed a match to an attack? Well, you saw that there. If the first bombing run had hit better, he would have lost a lot of tanks there. So that's a thing to have in your mind. Do not overextend if you are ahead in the game, if you're in the lead. Just, build up on your tempo. The American player does not really have a veterancy mechanic that you really need to kill him fast, otherwise he won't die. Because he needs to actually do damage and kill stuff in order to get veterancy. And be a formidable force on the field, rather than, buy the veterancy as the Wehrmacht army can do. So, just stay back and enjoy the ride. Much safer in most situations. Well, another situation, of course, if you correctly assess what has happened in the game, and you have a clear understanding of each player's strength, then you can just go for the kill and end the game sooner. But, well, the Wehrmacht player played to his strengths in this game and actually came out victorious. And this is going to be one of the last engagements in the game. Airborne being demolished by MP44 folks, and just some other airborne trying to to cap a victory point. So yeah, there you go. This was another game from the Balance Beta patch. A game that showed that if you do not really put pressure on a Wehrmacht player, you are gonna have it tough as the mid game goes by and we go into a late game. A late game means, of course, veterancy, means doctrinal abilities that can be game-changing, as the King Tiger, or just, if not game-changing, actually, strengthening your army, your opponent's army that much that even if you have stuff on the field, you can't really make a move for the kill. And that's exactly what happened. 3 riflemen WSC with snipers, yes, it is a viable thing to do. However, you actually relinquish a lot of your pressure that you can put on a Wehrmacht player by going rifleman and rifleman upgrades. And as we saw there, not pressure meant for the Wehrmacht player meant I take up to tier 3, I get a Sturmer, I get 3 Stugs at first. I'd get them at veterans level 2, and then I even go for terror, that is the most underused doctrine in this balance beta patch, and wait for the KT to roll in and kill you. Anyway, it was a good game. As I said previously, a lot of tactical, strategical decisions, not that much of a heavy aggression. Each player actually contemplated what he wanted to do, kind of weighed his moves here and there, harassment there, damage there. But as it turns out, you really can't play that much of a passive game against the Wehrmacht army. So maybe that's a lesson to be learned. Anyway, good game. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. So there you go. And if you're wondering why I have so many casts out in a period of 2 days, it's because I have the week off. Hooray for that. And I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in quite a while. I'm gonna be on a sleepless spree. I once remember I hadn't slept for 62 hours. I'm striving for more. No, maybe not. I'll kill myself eventually if I don't sleep for that long. But NASL comes up for StarCraft 2, so I plug it in here. If you are a StarCraft 2 fan, maybe you should check it out as well. Are there gonna be more casts for Common Fears coming out by me? Maybe. I guess I'll have time these days, so we'll see. Anyway, have fun. Hopefully, we'll be seeing this patch into retail shortly. So that's all. Armageddon.